Why do you always feel like you're still behind? Why, despite all your hard work, sacrifices, and sleepless nights, does it seem like you're just running in circles, watching others speed ahead, while you're choking on the dust left behind? There's a reason. And it's not what you think. Welcome to Rise and Thrive. Today, we are going to rip the mask off the greatest secret to success, the truth the world is too afraid to say out loud. This isn't theory. This isn't motivation watered down or easy answers. This is the raw, unfiltered secret, the 1% secret, that separates the broken from the unbreakable, the forgotten from the legendary. The clock is ticking. Let's expose what's been hiding in plain sight, and unleash the fire that is already inside you, if you're bold enough to fight for it. But first, let me ask you, are you ready to face the reason why you're still weak? The reason you're still stuck? The reason your dreams are just dreams, and not your reality? If your answer is yes, buckle up. Because we're about to tear down every excuse, every lie, every story you've told yourself about why you can't be great. This message is for the relentless, the few who dare to demand more. This is the 1% secret to success nobody talks about. Let's ignite. Welcome to Rise and Thrive, where we don't sugarcoat success. Here, we challenge weakness, destroy mediocrity, and spark the battle cry of the 1%. If you're tired of hearing the same empty platitudes, work hard, stay positive, hustle, 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 without results, this is your moment. This is your wake-up call. This is where compromise ends and transformation begins. Today, we're not chasing motivation. We're making a pact with ourselves, a pact to embrace adversity and rise again, and again, until the world remembers who we are. Are you ready? Because it's time to discover what the elite know and everyone else denies. The secret that has created legends and buried quitters. The 1% difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Keep watching. Your breakthrough begins right here. Why are you still weak? It's a question that stings, isn't it? It's a question few people dare ask themselves, let alone answer honestly. Every morning you wake up with hope. You promise yourself that this will be the day, the month, the year you finally break through, finally make your move, finally prove the world, and yourself, wrong. But then, reality hits. Maybe it's your alarm ringing at 5 a.m. and that old voice in your head whispers, just a few more minutes in bed. Maybe it's that healthy meal you skip, that workout you blow off, that business idea you abandon, that dream you shrink from in fear. And always, always the pain, that heavy, suffocating pain of knowing you're not where you want to be, not who you want to be, not living the life you promise yourself. Why are you still weak? Most people will never know the answer. Most will spend their whole lives hiding from it, numbing themselves with excuses, distractions, a little comfort here and there to take the edge off of regret. But there's a secret, one almost nobody talks about, that separates the 99% of the world from the 1% who rise and thrive. It's not just working harder than everyone else. It's not just wanting it more. Lots of people want. Lots of people work their fingers to the bone. And yet, the gap remains. The winners break records. The rest break promises. Here's the truth. Strength is not handed to you by fate. It isn't downloaded from some motivational speaker or bought with your last dollar. Strength is forged in the fire of failure. True, lasting, indestructible strength is created only through the storms most people run from, the pain most people will do anything to avoid. You see, the weak run from pain. They hide when the storms come. They drown in a sea of excuses. Too tired, too late, too risky, too scary. But the strong run toward the storm. They look pain in the eyes and let it carve them into giants. The strong let adversity carve away what does not serve them, turning suffering into power, setbacks into lessons, wounds into weapons. Every champion, every legend, and every unstoppable force you've ever admired, they have all knelt in their own blood and sweat. They have all heard that evil, poisonous voice deep inside, the one that hisses, "Give up. You'll never make it. Who are you to win?" Every single one. And it's what they do at that moment. The moment when the easy path is offered, the quitting is justified, that makes all the difference. That voice is why you're still weak. If you listen, it wins. If you fight, you grow. The more you lean into the pain, the more you challenge the limits you once believed were impenetrable, the more you destroy the very idea of quitting. Fear is the gate. On the other side is greatness. On the other side is everything you've ever wanted. But only the ones willing to break through, again and again, become the 1%. People love to talk about success like it's a highlight reel. But behind closed doors, here's what success really is: a savage, lonely path. The road to greatness does not care about your hopes, your dreams, your comfort. In fact, it will use every one of those against you. The world is full of storms, and storms don't make losers. Storms make warriors. The fire in your veins, the one you've been taught to suppress, to bury, to smother, it is your greatest weapon. With every setback, every failure, every no slammed in your face, every door closed, it grows hotter, stronger. That pain isn't there to stop you. It's there to forge you, sharpen you, burn away the weakness to reveal the unstoppable force that is your true self. The weak see a wall and they shrink back. The 1% see the same wall and ask, "How hard do I have to hit it before it crumbles?" Let me ask you, when did you last roar at your limits, instead of whispering apologies for why you couldn't do more? Most will never know what it's like to stare their own limits down and refuse to blink. Most live as prisoners of comfort, slaves to short-term satisfaction. They settle for just enough to get by, never enough to break through. Hear me, every no, every loss, every sleepless night, these are your weights. The more you lift, the stronger you become. You want to be the 1%? You want to walk with the giants, run with the lions, fly with the legends? Then understand this: success is not a result. It is a process. Every day, you are either building your legacy or adding stones to your own prison. Every single day, you decide, with every choice, every action, every reaction to adversity, if you are rising or falling. Let's destroy the myth once and for all. The secret the world hides behind hashtags and filtered highlight reels is not talent. It's not money. It's not luck. It's this relentless, unbreakable willingness to suffer a little more than everyone else. To stand a second longer in the storm. To give 1% more when you want to quit. When all logic says you should quit. When even your own body is begging you to stop. Success comes to the last one standing. The last one still fighting. The last one willing to grind while the rest sleep. Sacrifice while the rest indulge. Risk while the rest seek comfort. In that pain, with your back against the wall and all options burned, the real magic happens. That's what the 1% know, what legends live by. The 1% difference is pain tolerance. It's grit. It's the love of the battle itself, not just the victory pose at the end. Champions don't run when empty. They run when their tank is dry, when their lungs burn, when their heart screams stop. They keep moving anyway. They learn when they feel lost. They work when others rest. While the world is asleep, they grind, quiet, relentless, unyielding. You see, anyone can start strong when they're fresh, motivated, excited for new beginnings. But what happens when that motivation dies? When it gets lonely, ugly, terrifying? When the rejections start piling up and the world stops cheering? That's where the weak collapse, where they find a million excuses to go back to normal. But the strong? The strong know that true growth happens in the lonely hours. True greatness is born in the dark, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when you're bleeding for a vision no one else believes in but you. That's the 1% secret. It's not about being lucky, or special, or chosen. It's about outlasting everyone else, outsuffering them, out-enduring, out-fighting, out-believing. The moments where you're on your knees, too tired to take another step, are the moments that decide your destiny. Let this sink in. Pain is the price of transformation. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You can't skip the line with shortcuts or half-hearted effort. You must pay the price, or you will pay forever in regret. That's the dividing line. That's what the world's greatest have learned, and the rest try desperately to deny. So let me ask you now, listening to this, what are you willing to sacrifice? How much discomfort are you willing to endure? Are you willing to suffer a little more, for a little longer, to take one more punch, run one more mile, work one more hour, believe in yourself even when your entire world tries to tear you down? Because that, right there, is where your transformation begins. The world wants you to shrink, to quit, to join the endless parade of almosts and what ifs, and it wasn't meant to be. The world wants you comfortable, silent, predictable, average. But you are not here to fit in. You are not here to blend into the background. You are here to stand out, strike back, and rise above. From this moment on, every time pain comes for you, see it as a challenge, not a curse. Greet it with a grin. Whisper to it, "Is this all you've got?" If you keep running, you will keep suffering for nothing, suffering that changes nothing. But if you face pain head-on, you become the storm. Let me give you the blueprint, the DNA of the 1%. First, they protect their fire. The fire is that deep, burning sense of purpose that cannot be shaken by wins or losses, applause or criticism. They stoke it, feed it, nurture it, because purpose is your shield when everything else falls apart. Second, the winners build crazy discipline. Not motivation, not fleeting inspiration, iron discipline. When the world is comfortable, they are uncomfortable on purpose. Discipline is the muscle no one sees, no likes, no followers, no ovations. Just the quiet, relentless click of the clock as the 1% grind in the dark. Third, the 1% master their minds. When pain screams, they talk back. When comfort beckons, they treat it as poison. When fear speaks, they demand evidence, not stories. They question everything, especially themselves. They turn discomfort into a compass, leading them toward their next breakthrough. Fourth, the elite take total responsibility. No blaming, no waiting for help. No. If only. No. What if? Only. What next? How hard can I fight back? Fifth, they embrace the lonely path. The top is empty for a reason. It requires risking friendships, comfort, approval, and the feeling of belonging. Legends are forged by embracing the discomfort most people would do anything to avoid. Sixth, the winners know nothing is guaranteed. They accept the risk. They love the climb, not just the summit. Seventh, the elite keep promises to themselves. Not just to sponsors, partners, family. They refuse to break their word to their own soul. This is how they build unstoppable confidence and self-respect. Finally, the 1% tolerate pain, because they know every ounce of suffering is building a future no one can take from them. Now I want you to take this personally. No more hiding. No more waiting. No more negotiating with mediocrity. You want the glory? You want the crown? You want the world to remember your name? Then prove it. Right here. Right now. Today is yours. Set fire to every excuse you've ever made. Burn down every story that told you it was too late, too hard, too risky, too far-fetched. Rise when your mind screams. Quit. Grit your teeth. Clench your fists. Stare into the storm, and move. Move anyway. No more wishing. No more waiting for the stars to align, for luck to show up, for the right opportunity to materialize. Weakness is a choice. Strength is a sacrifice. The 1% don't wait for tomorrow, they seize today. Yes, you listening, are the storm. From today, your story changes. Your time is now. This is your battle cry. For every person who doubted you, for everyone who said, "You can't," for everyone who failed to see your worth, make them regret ever betting against you. Outlast. Outwork. Outfight. Make them choke on your dust. Prove every last one wrong. Be the nightmare they never saw coming. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Be unbreakable. Say it out loud. Say it until you feel it in your veins. No limits. No more limits. The 1% secret lives in you. Ignite it. Own it. Live it. No limits. You've heard the truth. You've faced your excuses. Now only one question remains. What will you do with this moment? Because moments like this don't come twice. You have two choices. You can go back to sleep, numb yourself with comfort, and pretend you didn't hear the call to greatness. Or you can get up, right now, and do something that future you will thank you for. Don't waste this pain. Use it. Turn discomfort into your roadmap. Let fear fuel your fire. Let every failure call you forward, not backward. The journey won't be easy, but easy never made legends. You are the storm. You are the 1%. You are the one who rises while others rest, who thrives on struggle, who refuses to settle for average. Starting today, there is nothing you cannot do, no limit you cannot shatter, no voice you cannot silence except your own doubts. Thank you for choosing Rise and Thrive. If this message lit a fire inside you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for the relentless, for the hungry, for those who refuse the ordinary. Type "No limits" in the comments if you're done waiting and ready to rise. Until next time, remember, no limits. Rise and thrive. Your time is now.